So if you are talking about financial freedom, then ultimately you are actually talking to people who are looking for financial freedom. Go for organic growth. It is slow, but you have to do it consistently.
How can LinkedIn fit into this outreach approach?
LinkedIn is one of the best platforms for you because people have that kind of mindset when they consume content on LinkedIn. Usually you have seen that there is not much of a clutter out there. YouTube has a very long life cycle and your content is going to be there for years. And it's a search engine. People search for certain content and your content pops up in their search results. Maybe the video was created 2 years ago, but you are still ranking. When you do educational content, you are not sales because you are just giving them. You are not asking for anything. So I told you about Go-Giver strategy. In that case, you are not asking anything in return. You're just giving them knowledge. Have you seen any Ferrari's ad on Facebook?
No.
Lamborghini's ad on Facebook? Rolls-Royce ad on any social media channel. You have to identify the pain areas of your potential investors. So let's say if somebody is generating $200,000 of income every year, they want to save taxes. And if you tell them that this is one of the potential ways to save taxes, then why? They would like to listen from you. So that's one way of nurturing the leads in a very impactful manner. Don't just rely on online or offline. So I've seen that people just do either offline marketing, like just organize events, don't do online, or just do online, just purely rely on online and don't do any offline. But when you do both, then the magic happens.
What is the biggest mistake you see when syndicators are generating leads?
The biggest mistake is that always relying on online channels and not doing the other part, which is about relationship building, which is about going out in the market. So I would say that if you want to generate leads effectively, first of all, go to your local market, join the golf club, join the shooting range, join the country club, whatever, So, just hang out where your potential investors hang out. Okay, so you should be attending the conferences, you should be attending the events, right? And take the leads from, like, take the details, take the contact details from there, and then nurture them through newsletters, send them industry reports, analyze the market, send them your analysis, your take, and make it regular. Like you can just release maybe one monthly newsletter analyzing the market, that this is how the market is moving. These are the recent economic developments. These are the recent changes in the industry. This is how it is going to impact the multifamily sector, stuff like that, so that you are educating them about the industry. And then over a period of time, you will feel that there is a difference. People are now reaching out to you because whenever they are ready for that kind of investing, whenever they have funds, it is not necessary that everyone has funds available right now. They might invest with you 6 months, 12 months later. I've seen people investing with my clients 2 years later. So it happens. But at the same time, we were sending them a lot of educational material, and we were organizing webinars, we were organizing some master classes, some workshops. So first of all, you have to give. So I would say that adopt a go-giver philosophy. Whenever you want to succeed in industry, be the go-giver. Read out the book. There is a book called Go-Giver. Okay, and if you are giving, ultimately the universe is going to give it back to you, right? So provide value and whatever you know about. Okay, and ultimately you will get what you deserve.
Because ultimately the investors are going to get the knowledge. They will be feeling ready after some time. Once they get the information from you specifically, they're able to trust you and they get converted into leads automatically.
Absolutely.
So let's break down how we can generate high quality leads.
So first of all, you have to know that what kind of investors you want. If you want to work with very high net worth individuals, then your strategy is going to be different. If you want to work with people in a certain industry, for example, technology or healthcare, and you want to, your messaging is that, let's say, achieve financial freedom through passive income by investing in multifamily. So if you are talking about financial freedom, then ultimately you are actually talking to people who are looking for financial freedom. But for a high net worth individuals who is already worth maybe $10 million plus, he has already achieved financial freedom. So that messaging is not going to resonate with that. So first of all, just decide that what market you are going to target. And likewise, you have to create your brand like that, because ultimately, if you want to work with high net worth individuals, your branding and your core messaging is going to be very, very different than other segments. So this is the first step. And this is where people falter, because their messaging is so mixed that it's neither caters to the person who wants to achieve financial freedom and not to the high net worth individuals. So that is where their marketing doesn't work.
Can you walk us through the warm network strategy? How does this work? And many people think that people in their network do not have enough money to spend or have enough capital to invest in their properties.
So the warm network strategy is that there are always people around you who might you already know. So let's say if you have been in the industry for 20, 30 years, you might already be knowing certain people, your bosses, your colleagues, your peers, your other people who you already know. So if you tell them that you are into this industry, you are working on this deal and this is the opportunity and these are the details, then chances are that they are going to listen to you. Okay. And sometimes people just allocate and invest in multifamily for diversification purpose. I've seen that people in, let's say if you have $1 million, and you want to invest, how will you invest? you know you will just spread it into different kind of assets, right? So I would invest, let's say, 10% in equity market, 10% in maybe crypto. I'm just giving you example. 10% in some other domain, mutual funds, 10% in bonds, 10% in something else, 20% in real estate. That's how the allocation works. So that's how people invest in different channels. And multifamily can be a very high potential channel of diversification. So that way, warm network strategy can work. If you make this a point, tell them that, hey, this is a good diversification because it is real estate. So it may happen that you may not get very high returns every month. So let's say the returns are like 6-7% cash flow, cash on cash. So that is not very high. And sometimes even that is not done because there are some capex involved, there is opex involved. So sometimes even those kind of distributions are not done. But in the long run, when you exit the property, like in 5 to 7 years, when you sell the property and the valuation is like you have like 2x of your investment, then you have made like 20-22% on an average every year, CAGR, IRR. So that these kind of things you have to make people understand, right? And real estate works in the same way. You cannot trade real estate like equity. You cannot buy today, sell tomorrow. It doesn't work like that. Even if you buy your house, you don't buy your house today and sell it after 2 months. You keep it for 10 years, 20 years, maybe you never sell it. you know so that is real estate.